It's been 2 years since I made my last cat busts and the mold is still looking good, so let's cast some creepy cats. I always start with these black glass eyes and then begin pouring in the resin. I use a brush to prevent bubbles and make sure the resin flows into all the details and undercuts. I always do at least 3 coats of resin to ensure an even thickness. Then the mold is put back together and it's time for the worst part, rotocasting. This is extremely stressful because the resin cures pretty fast while you're spinning the mold. But the worst part for me is this mold is extremely heavy. It always kills my arms and back. After about 4 more coats, I fill the mold with expanding urethane foam. Then comes the moment of truth. Opening the mold is always so satisfying. Well, at least when the cast turns out good. I just couldn't stop casting and made another one in white and also one in brown. This one looks so much like chocolate. You may have noticed that something's off with the cat's faces. It's because the lower jaw is missing. You see? A lot better. Look at my little creepy cat army. Before I can paint them, I have to clean up the seam line. That means sanding, scratching and filling little holes and imperfection until you can barely see the seam line anymore. Same goes for the lower jaw pieces. Painting is always my most favorite step. Even though the cat busts don't get the most colorful or fancy paint job, I still enjoy it a lot. Of course, the most fun part was painting the copper patina. I'll always prefer painting with a brush. For the final step, I spent many hours masking the skull part. Somehow they look kinda cute. The skull was painted gold and I was almost done. Removing the masking tape is both sad and satisfying. Sad because it took me so many hours to mask everything, and satisfying, well, for obvious reasons. All cats got their lower jaws and fangs, and as the very last step, each one was attached to a custom-made wooden plate. Then they were finally done, and look how beautiful they turned out. They are now available for adoption in my online shop. The cat busts are inspired by the Egyptian cat goddess Bastet, and I dedicate them to my cat Cleo, who recently passed away at the amazing age of 25.